known for its randomness. Almost everything you find in this game is by random chance, meaning some things are a lot more rare than others. So today we'll be taking a look at some of the rarest occurrences that have ever happened in Minecraft's decade-long history and rank how likely each one is. This is Minecraft's rarest occurrences. As you can see, our buddy Steve here is in a wide open plains biome during a harsh thunderstorm. Pretty dangerous. What are the odds of our buddy Steve being struck by lightning? Well, let's say he has a chunk render distance of 8, which means there are a total of 16,384 eligible blocks that can be struck by lightning around him. And every second, there's a 1 in 5,000 chance of lightning striking one of those blocks. If you multiply that by the total eligible blocks, it leaves us with a chance of 1 in 81 million of Steve being struck by lightning per second. 1 in 81 million, but Steve walks it off like an absolute champ. It only takes a few hearts. 81 million is still child's play though, because we're just getting started. When you load into a new world, usually the first thing you take note of is the biome you've spawned in. Biomes are randomly generated, and some are a lot more rare than others. If you spawned in a biome that looked like this, believe it or not, you just stumbled across the rarest biome in the game, which is called a modified jungle edge. For a biome to generate like this, you would need a jungle biome to border a swamp biome, which would turn into a regular jungle edge. But because of random chance, the biome can be given a modified feature when generating, which doesn't do much except make it more hilly. It's pretty much a jungle biome, but the trees are like cute mini oak trees. On average, this biome will cover just about a millionth of the entire Minecraft world, which means about 1 in 370,000 biomes will be a modified jungle edge, making it very hard to come across in the rarest biome in the game. Biomes and lightning aren't the only rare occurrence in Minecraft though. The different features a mob spawns with can also push the extremes of rarity. YouTuber Rayworks posted a video in November 2020 of him catching one of the rarest zombies ever captured in all of survival Minecraft. This is that said zombie, and it may not look like that much, but with all of its accessories put together, like its armor, it can increase its rarity exponentially. For example, the chances of one having a pumpkin on its head is 2.5% on Halloween, and the iron shovel has a 5% chance. Taking all of these different attributes into account, the chances of this exact zombie spawning are 1 in 149 billion. Those odds may seem a tiny bit impossible, but considering this mob was captured using a fast, innovative mob farm, a find like this is totally plausible with the right amount of time. The next rare occurrence involves world generation, but it isn't necessarily a biome. This right here is a strange structure found in an old 2010 alpha version of the game. It's a giant bulge sticking out of the world's surface and looks like everything just got pushed upwards 100 blocks. That's not all either. Underneath is a giant water pool that goes all the way down to bedrock, and if you swim too deep, you'll fall through and into the void. According to Minecraft professional Ant Venom, something like this happened due to special circumstances in the world's generation while the terrain was being processed, and the chances of something like this happening are 1 in 1 trillion. Something like this probably wouldn't happen in today's version of Minecraft though, so because this is exclusive to alpha, it makes it even more antique. There's nothing more luck involved in Minecraft than speedrunning, trying to beat the game as fast as possible. One of the most time-consuming things to accomplish during a speedrun is acquiring enough Eyes of Ender to fill the end portal, which is usually done by going to the Nether, risking your life trying to get blaze rods, trying to get ender pearls from piglins, and then finally going to the end portal. Or you can bank on a 1 in 1 trillion chance at finding the end portal already completely filled. The reason for this number is because each end portal frame has a 10% chance of containing an Eye of Ender, so that would mean you'd have to beat the odds of 10 to the 12th power, or 1 in 1 trillion, for a seed to have this, which a few actually do. Of course, you could have won the Mega Millions 3,000 times, but hey, at least you got the world record for random seed glitchless. This next rare occurrence involves natural spawning snow golems. That may strike you as odd, because the only way snow golems can spawn is if you place 2 snow blocks together and then a carved pumpkin on top. Well, surprisingly, this wasn't the only way snow golems could spawn. Back in older versions of Minecraft, like 1.8, carved pumpkins used to spawn naturally in the world instead of regular pumpkins. If, by random chance a carved pumpkin happened to generate a line next to 2 snow blocks, it would spawn in a snow golem without any player interference. There's also the very small chance of an enderman picking up a carved pumpkin and bringing it over to some snow to give birth. Although carved pumpkins don't spawn naturally anymore, the chances of something like this happening in the versions possible are approximately 1 in 5 trillion. If you thought the giant surface bulge in the alpha version of the game was crazy, just wait until you see some of these broken seeds with repeating structures. Several seeds were found that repeat world features in a straight line across an axis, some going all the way from spawn to the world borders. The cause of this repeating feature is simply due to a bug in the game's code when generating worlds. And personally, I'm a big fan of this bug, because if I come across one of these infinite mine shafts, you already know I'm going to be walking out with a stack of notch apples. People like Matthew Bolin have found several broken seeds with this repeating feature, but if you were to try to find one by loading up a random seed yourself, your odds are 1 in 140 trillion of doing so. Alright, so this is where these occurrences really start to get insane and unlikely. Usually when you're mining in a mountain biome, you'll find a solid emerald vein of 1. Maybe you'll find another one nearby. Hey, that's pretty lucky. Now, if you somehow manage to find a vein of 14 emeralds, now you're talking odds of being struck by lightning 1.3 trillion times in real life. This huge cluster of emeralds was found by user Dutchin, who says something like this has a 1 in 20 quadrillion chance of generating in a world. 14 is such an absurd and rare amount since most veins are usually only 1 ore in size. And on top of that, the max amount of emeralds that can generate in one chunk is 11, but as you can see here, it splits between 2 different chunks to make a combined total of 14. Also, for comparison, an average vein of diamonds is 5 ore in size, so that means that this is a vein of 70 diamonds. Alright, so this next one is possibly the craziest occurrence on this list in terms of world generation. This bad boy is a quintuple pig spawner cluster in a mine shaft. 5 pig spawners, that's right, surrounding a chest where a cave spider spawner would usually be. Now I bet you're wondering, how the f did this happen? Well, what happened was a cave spider spawner generated in the mine shaft first, but when the world was generating some last details, a chest ended up spawning on the same block as the spawner, which, due to reasons in the game's code, resets the cave spider spawner's data to that of a pig and causes 5 more spawners to be placed around it. Taking in all the right circumstances like the biomes, cobweb formation, where the chest and spawner are actually placed, the odds of one of these generating in your world is 1 in 36 quadrillion, easily making it one of the rarest world generation occurrences. Too bad you can't actually open the chest, but if you remove the gross blocks from underneath the spawners and replace it with a fresh layer of sod, the pigs will actually spawn and you can set up a quick fast food chain. Yeah, so these occurrences I've talked about so far are very, very rare. But before we get to the final rarest occurrence in Minecraft, here's some things that you actually have a decent chance of finding in your Minecraft world. A pink sheep has a 1 in 642 chance of spawning, and you might even find a baby version which has a 1 in 12,000 chance. There's a 1 in 1,000 chance of a brown mushroom being born after breeding 2 red ones. That isn't the most probable odds, but if you get yourself a fully operational PETA approved farm, you can pull it off easily. Killer bunnies that actually can damage you have a 1 in 2,500 chance of spawning. Thankfully, this abomination could only spawn in a few snapshots of the game. For every 50 pandas that spawn, one of them will usually have some rare genes that'll make it a brown panda. You wanna know what else is 1 in 50? The amount of people who are subscribed to me. So it'd be pretty cool if you could subscribe. Alright, now it is time for the #1 rarest Minecraft occurrence. So we've talked about rare mobs spawning like the zombie from earlier, and that its odds of 1 in 149 billion was lucky, but this next mob puts that one to literal shame. The most terrifying mob in the game, nicknamed 4.3797E-75, is theoretically the rarest mob that could spawn in all of Minecraft. It's a baby zombie villager chicken jockey with full diamond armor and has the best enchants. You might be asking, why why does this mob's name sound like something Elon Musk would name his kid? Well, that is the chance of this mob spawning in scientific notation with all of its attributes. 1 in 163 quadrillion. A video posted in March 2020 by Creeper Lol supposedly showcases them finding this mob in their survival world. It starts with them doing their usual business, murdering an innocent chicken, until they turn the corner and there it is. From the outside, this seems to be a very close version of the mob we're looking for, but is this clip fake? Well, the only thing leading me to believe it is the fact that it's daytime. Creeper Lol had to have been in the area at nighttime for it to spawn, then the zombie's helmet protected it from the daylight. The only thing is, we can't see any other signs of night mobs like burn drops and spiders, which makes me a bit skeptical. Other than that, in the incredibly unlikely odds, we can't say this clip is fake since there isn't any outstanding proof. And that's that. So wait, there's actually one more. The last rare occurrence is your chances of getting a girlfriend.